Hello and welcome, my grade 10 elite students, to today's session on end of term exam coverage, part 2, especially for my grade 10 elite students. Welcome to today's session and a gentle reminder to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. In today's session, we will be covering important questions that will help you for your math exam. So, do watch the video till the end. It's a long video, but it is a must watch video having all the questions. So, let's get started. So let's solve these two questions. These are word problems on operations with polynomial, lesson 2-3, which is given on page 97 and 98. So first is a rectangular desk is built around a square pool. The pool has side length S. The length of the deck is 5 units longer than twice the side length of the pool. So if the side length is S, then the length is 5 units longer, means plus 5. 5 units longer means I will add, and twice the side length means 2 times the side length. So this will be the length. Okay. The width of the deck is 3 units longer than the side length of the pool. So the width is 3 units longer. So I add 3 to the side length of the pool, that is S. So we have got the length, we've got the width. What is the area of the deck in terms of S? That's what you need to find. So you know area is what? Area is length multiplied by width. So we are going to multiply them together. And then we also have the area of the area of the square pool, which is S square. So we are going to use that for getting our answer. Similarly, in question 28, you are given some important information. The length is b squared, the width is a units, and the height is ab plus c. You have to find the volume of the rectangular prism. It is shown here in the figure, and then give your answer in simplified form. So let's first solve question 27 followed by 28. So in question 27, we've already understood that the length of the pool is S unit and the length of the deck is 5 units longer than twice the side length. So it is 2S plus 5. The width is 3 units longer, so S plus 3. Now the area of the deck and the pool in length is length times width. So we are going to multiply these two, and you can use the FOIL method for multiplying. So your answer would come out to be 2s square plus 11s plus 15. In case you have forgotten what is FOIL method, then I have made a video on it. Do go and check out the video. I will give the link in the description box. So to find the area of the deck, now we need to subtract the area of the pool. The pool is square, so its area is S square. And from the expression for total area, that is this one, we are going to subtract S square. So 2S square and S square will subtract to give you the final answer as this one for the area of the deck. Okay, so in this question, we are given the figure, the solid, which is a rectangular prism. And you know that the volume of a rectangular prism is given by the product of its length, width, and height. So the length, the width, and the height are given in terms of variables. What is the length? B square. What is the width? A. And what is the height? AB plus C units. So let's mark length is this much, width is this much, and height is this much. So if we want the volume of this rectangular prism, we have to multiply all three of them. So let's do volume of rectangular prism is length multiplied by width multiplied with height. Now the length is b square, the width is a, and the height is AB plus C. So let's multiply all of them together to get the volume, which is V. So B square A times AB plus C. Now when you have something like this, you use the distributive property. So I'm going to distribute the one which is outside inside to the two terms. So it becomes A square B cube plus AB squared C. So this is the volume of the rectangular prism, and the unit will be units cube because it is volume. You have multiplied unit, multiplied with unit, multiplied with unit. So that's why you get this volume. Express your answer in simplified form. We have simplified by using the distributive property. So this is going to be your final answer. Next question is 29 on operations with polynomials. Tamara is making a sail for her sailboat. So you can look at the sail. The shape is a right angled triangle. I hope you all can observe. So for this triangle, you are given 4x plus 6 as the height and 2x plus 1 as the base. So refer to the diagram to find the area of the sail. That means you have to find area of the triangle. So I hope you remember area of triangle is half base times height. Both are given to you. So you will multiply and get your answer. Now, if Tamara wants fabric on each side of her sail, write a polynomial to express the total amount of fabric she would need to make the sail. So she wants fabric or cloth on both sides of the sail. That means you will have to multiply the area by 2 because once you need on the left side, once you need on the right side, or once on the one side, once on the other side. So 2 times you have to take. So this will be 2 times the area, the total amount of fabric that she needs to make the sail because she's putting on each side. So it is 2 times. Okay, let's now solve the question. Refer to the diagram. 4x plus 6, that's the height. The base is 2x plus 1. So the area of the triangle would be half base times h, or half base 2x plus 1 multiplied with 4x plus 6. Now you can use FOIL method again for multiplication. Do watch the video that I've made on FOIL method and then simplify this one as 4x square plus 8x plus 3. That's the area of the sail. Now for B part, I told you the area would be multiplied by 2. So just multiply it by 2 and get your answer as 8x square plus 12x plus 6. Now we are moving on with lesson 2.4, dividing polynomials. Here we are dividing using long division. So remember, this can be written as d square plus 4d plus 3, and if you are multiplying it with minus 1 power, it is same as dividing with d plus 1. Similarly here, it is same as dividing by 2y minus 1. Okay, so all of these problems are on division using long division. I will do one problem for you and then I will show you the solutions and explain it to you how these are going to be solved. So let's take question number 5. So first of all, the thing which is getting divided will go inside and the one which is dividing will be outside. Okay, now you need to see what should be multiplied to n to get n squared. So that is an n. So that's why you wrote n square, and 5 will also be multiplied, so 5n. Now you subtract. Why I'm subtracting? I'm changing sign so that this gets cancelled, and 7n minus 5n gives you 2n, and you carry forward the 10. Now what should be multiplied with n to get to n? That's a 2. So 2n and 5 with 2 is 10. Now I subtract both sides. 2n colors, 10 colors, so the remainder is 0. So it completes the long division. What is your question? N plus 2, I'll write here. The question is n plus 2 and the remainder which is left is 0 colors. Now let's do the remaining questions. For this one, question number 6, d square plus 4d plus 3 will be inside, d plus 1 will be outside. What should be multiplied with d to get d square? That's another d. So you multiply with d and write d square plus d. Now you subtract, so d square cancels. 4d minus d is 3d and this 3 comes down. So what should be multiplied with d to get 3d? That's another 3, so plus 3, and you subtract 3d with 3d, that cancels and your remainder is again 0. Similarly, you can solve the remaining questions. Sometimes the remainder is not 0. In that case, you will write using the division algorithm. This is division algorithm that when you divide these two, you get this as the question plus 9 divided by 8 plus 6 as the remainder. In a similar way, you can do the division of question 8, question 9, question 10 using long division. And as I told you, when you have a power of -1, it means you are dividing. So use that division thing. And you divide, sometimes the remainder is 0, like in these two cases, sometimes the remainder is not 0. In the case that remainder is non-zero, you will write this divided by this. The two things which are divided is equal to the question plus the remainder divided by the divisor, which is x minus 3. So this is the question, this is the remainder minus 1 divided by x minus 3. So what is this called? This is called division algorithm that gives you this solution. Next, we use Pascal's triangle to expand each binomial. And before you proceed now further with the video, I would advise you to go and watch my video which I have made on Pascal's triangle. It will really help you for understanding this concept well. And using that video, you will be able to solve all of these questions very easily. So here for x minus y whole cube, you have the exponent or the power as 3. Therefore, you will use the fourth row of the Pascal triangle. 1, 3, 3, 1 will be the binomial coefficients. So the exponent of x in the first term would be 3, and for y it will be 3 in the last term. That's what you will remember. So x cube and minus y cube. In the successive terms, the exponent of x decreases by 1 and the exponent of y increases by 1. So the next coefficient would be one is positive, one is negative. Okay, so positive, then negative, then positive, then negative. The even number terms are preceded by subtraction symbol since this is expansion of a difference. You can see it is x minus y, that's y. So now here the coefficient is 3, x power is reduced by 1, so it becomes x square, y is increased by 1. Then x is reduced by 1, x1, y is increased by 1. So this is how you get your answer. Let's do one more, which is of plus type, a plus b whole to the power 4. So here the power is 4, so you will use the fifth row of the Pascal triangle. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1 would be the coefficients, and it is positive, so all will have positive sign. 4 is the exponent of a in the first term and b in the last term. So a to the power 4 and b to the power 4 will be the terms. Then in successive terms, the exponent of a decreases by 1. So 4a cube b1 plus 6a square b square plus 4ab cube. And the sum of the exponents in each term has to be 4 because the power is 4. That's how you do. Similarly, you may solve the remaining questions. Next is lesson 3.1, solving polynomial equations by graphing. Use a graphing calculator to solve each of the equations by graphing. If necessary, round to the nearest 100. So these questions are pretty easy. Just plug in them in the graphing calculator. You'll get your answer. So I'll solve this one for you. Which function can be used to solve this equation by graphing? Now there is a left hand side, there is a right hand side of the equation. So by graphing, you have to find the related function. So this related function fx is such that everything is on one side. So we are going to move this here. So it will be what? X cube minus x minus 2x square plus 2. It will change sign and that is equal to 0. So let's simplify this a little bit. X cube minus 2x square minus x plus 2 in standard form. So which is your answer? Definitely A is the correct option. Let's see how we solve 1 to 6 using graphing calculator. So just like you did in the previous question, you find the related function. That means you write the equation with 0 on the right. So you move the 9 on the left hand side or you add 9 to each side. So this is the related function. You graph the related function and use this instruction on your graphing calculator. You get the zeros from the feature of calcs menu, and the real zero, the point at which it is touching the x-axis, is negative 4.12. sorry, is about 4.12, not negative 4.12. Then this equation, find the related function. You move 20 on the other side or subtract 20 on both sides. So this is the related function. You graph it on the graphing calculator. You use these instructions on your calculator to find the zeros, and using the zero feature from the cal's menu, the real zero is about 1.09. This point where it touches the x-axis is the zero. So here and here I've brought a red dot for you. Similarly, for question 3 to 4, you are going to follow the same process. Find the related function, graph it on your calculator, look at the zeros. Now here you see there are 1, 2, 3, three zeros. So they are these, and these. Similarly, here there are two zeros, negative 2.31 and this one. And the related function is graphed using the calculator and the following instructions. Last but not the least, you have question 5 and 6 to be done on your calculator. You follow the same method, find the related function. It comes out to be this one. You put the instructions on your calculator and graph the function. These instructions will help you to get the function in this way. So the zero for this one is on the negative 1.27 side, and the zero from the cal's menu for this question, there are two zeros, one negative, one positive. So you can get it from the graphing calculator very easily following the instruction. Let's move on to lesson 3.2, solving polynomial equations algebraically. So here we are going to use the knowledge of algebra. We are going to use some standard identities like a cube minus b cube, a square minus b square, a plus b whole square, and a minus b whole square. So these all identities will help you for this expansion. If the polynomial is not factorable, if you cannot find the factors, you just write that it's a prime polynomial. So let's begin with few questions. So 8 to the power 8c cube minus 27d cube. Now these are perfect cubes, 8 and 27. So you can write 8c cube as 2c whole cube and 27d cube as 3d whole cube. That means you can write it in this manner. Now, a cube minus b cube can be used here. A cube minus b cube is a minus b, a square plus 2ab plus b square. So you use, sorry, not 2ab, ab. So you can use this identity for doing the factorization, and on simplification, the answer is 2c minus 3d multiplied with 4c square plus 6cd plus 9d square. Next is 64 x to the power 4 plus xy cube. Now you first take the common factor outside, which is x, and write this in this manner. Again, 64x cube can be written as 4x whole cube, and y is already in cube form, so a cube plus b cube can be used here. So this is the expansion, sum of two cubes, and on simplification you get this one. Next one, a to the power 8 minus a square, this one. Again, you can take a square common outside, and you can write a6 as a cube whole square. So this can be again used, the identity a square minus b square, for giving this expansion. And again, you use difference of two squares. So in this question, it's an important question. The identity is used twice. Okay, then you open the brackets, multiply a cube minus b cube is a minus b, a square plus ab plus b square, and a cube plus b cube is a plus b, a square minus this square. Multiply everything, simplify, and get your answer. In a similar way, you can do these questions, but somewhere you will get prime also, like in question 5 and 6. It's a prime polynomial, means it cannot be factorized. Therefore, it is prime, just like prime numbers. You can also use factoring by regrouping, like in question 8, 9, and 10. So I will explain to you one of them. So in factoring by regrouping, you have more than 4 terms. So here there are 6 terms, even terms, and you will put them into brackets. You will group them according to some characteristics. So let's see how we are going to group. So I'm going to group this with this with this. If you think why I'm grouping in this way, because all three of them have a GCF which is common, 6x square. And these two, let me change the color, minus 20cy square minus 10ay square and plus 15 also have a common factor of minus 5y square. So you take it outside. Now you see this one and this one are same, the same factor is there, so you can take the factor outside and 6x square minus 5y square will come here. So this is how factoring by regrouping helps. In a similar way, you will factor by regrouping question 9 and 10. Okay, so let's solve for lesson 3.5, roots and zeros, these three questions. These are graphical questions. As you see, the graph is given. You just have to write a polynomial that would be represented by each graph. Very easy question. So just observe the method that we'll be using and you can solve all three of them very easily. So first you're going to look at the graph carefully and deeply, and you are going to look at the x-axis. Where is this graph touching the x-axis? So one point is this, another one is this. What are the points? So this is x equal to 2, this is x equal to minus 3. So these are the two roots or the two zeros or the two solutions. So similarly, look at the next graph. This is minus 2, this is plus 1, this is plus 3. This is minus 1, 1 and 2. So you have two zeros, x equal to minus 3, x equal to 2 here, three zeros, so it will be a cubic, x equal to minus 2, x equal to 1, x equal to 3, three zeros again, x equal to minus 1, x equal to plus 1, x equal to 2. So we are going to use this information now to do the graph and to write the equation. So for this one, you had the factors, you had x equal to minus 3 and x equal to 2 as the solution. So if you want to move these two on the other side, it will become what? X plus 3 equal to 0 and x minus 2 equal to 0. So x plus 3 and x minus 2 are the two factors. So to determine the polynomial, just take the product of the factors. You multiply them using FOIL method and x square plus x minus 8 is the equation. Let's solve question 43. Here you see there are 4 roots. So in the last slide, I had told you for 3 roots. There is one more. If you see carefully, so this is minus 1, 1, 2 and 4. So the factors, so it crosses the x-axis at these 4 points. So there are going to be 4 roots, 4 times, at least of 4 degree. So the factors are going to be, see, how do you find the factors? X equal to minus 1. So it gives you the factor x plus 1 equal to 0. This is the first one. Then x equal to 1, it gives you the factor x equal to minus 1. Then x equal to 2 gives you the factor x minus 2 equal to 0, the third one. And x minus 4 equal to 0 gives you the fourth factor. So the 4 factors are x plus 1, x minus 1, x minus 2 and x minus 4. I hope it is clear how we are getting these 4. Now when we multiply them, what you get is the polynomial, the product of the factors. So you use FOIL method for multiplying a plus b, a minus b, a plus b and a minus b will be the identity a square minus b square. So this is x square minus 1 and then you multiply it with x square minus 6x plus 8. So this is the polynomial of 4 degree, which will be the equation. So that brings us to the end of today's session. I wish all my grade 10 elite students good luck for your exam. Do your best, study well, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel Mathematics Made Easy. This video had taken a lot of effort, so make sure you subscribe and you share also this video with your friends who are going to give the exams, so that they will also benefit and they will also get good marks. Until then, this is Ms. Ruchika signing off from today's session. See you in my next video. Bye students.